Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Football United TV and Football United Airways. Today, I'm joined with Chahine, and we are delving into pretty much everything about Barcelona at the moment because that's the main topic. And welcome on in. Yes, people. Welcome back, Football United Airways. Chahine is joining us again today, all the way from Lille, France. How are you doing, mate? You good?
Hi, everybody. Yep, I'm doing really good, really good during this boring international break.
I was going to say, Chahine, I mean, we both just talked about it. We're very bored, and we're so glad that domestic football is back again. I mean, like we said, England winning 10-0 last night, and even I turned over after the second goal because I'd had enough. And that just shows you how boring games are. You should want to watch a 10-0 thrashing, shouldn't you? But actually, against San Marino, and no disrespect to them, probably shouldn't actually be contending with teams such as England, France, etc. But mate, we are delving into La Liga, a little bit about the Portuguese league. We're going to look at the league at the end. But mate, Xavi coming back to Barcelona as the manager. Good news for Barcelona, right? I mean, Ronald Koeman did not do a good job, and he got a lot of stick in the press as well. And I think it was time to go for him. I know a very short time, but he didn't seem to be doing well with the youth that he had. What do you make of the appointment of Xavi as well? And he's a club favorite, fan favorite. So, I mean, I think it's a good appointment. What do you think, Chahine?
Yeah, I think so too, because Barcelona needed some positive news. Because this year with Messi being gone, with the level they have been playing, which was pretty bad. Barcelona had quite a bad press recently, so getting Xavi can only be a good thing because he's really starting his career as a manager. So if it fails, it fails. But I think nobody's going to be very mad about it, about the fact that they're actually trying. So I think it's really a good news for Xavi. It's a good news for Barcelona. It's a good news for La Liga in general. So it's finally good positive news for Barcelona this year. Yeah.
It is, yeah. I mean, look, it kind of reminds me of like maybe Ole coming in when he came in at first. You got someone who's a club legend, and it boosts up. I mean, Barcelona fans for the last 6 months or so probably have had such a big headache because they've lost their best player, they've lost a lot of other players, and we will go into Aguero as well, talking about that and that horrific problem that he's got at the moment. But yeah, mate, you think he's going to do a good enough job at Barcelona? I mean, obviously they've told him that it doesn't matter about you like winning anything this season. We can probably understand that you're not going to be able to. Just try and rebuild and make something of the circumstances that Barcelona are under, seeing as they've got the wage cap. You think he'll do good things, seeing as he does apparently like to give youth a try?
Yeah, I think he's gonna do some great work because there's pressure, of course, because it's Barcelona. But I think this year is really the year when there's not so much pressure linked to the results that he's gonna be able to get. I think people are really gonna watch the way they play more than the results to see if he can create something in terms of the level of playing. Obviously, being one of the best midfielders we've ever seen in Spain, and the fact that he's really the son of Guardiola. We're going to be able to see if he can, do some things that can, at least in resemble a little bit what Pep Guardiola tried to do and succeeded at Barcelona. So I think it's really positive for everyone, for the club, for Xavi, for the fans too. I think the fans are really going to be happy about this, and we're already starting to see what he's able to do in terms of discipline in the club. With I think there's some fines when you arrive late, which is the case for Ousmane Dembele, who's really known about that. So yeah, I think it's really going the good way, and I actually can't wait to see what it's gonna look like on the field.
Do you think the fines are the Barcelona board are trying to get back some money?
I don't think it's gonna be enough for them to
No.
yeah, it's really about discipline, I think, and it's which should be the case. I mean, I don't really understand what Ronald Koeman did, because it seems like they didn't even have a coach before, so that's a little bit weird, and that's sad too, because Koeman was really doing a great job with Netherlands. So it's weird that he left Netherlands to go to Barcelona and to basically ruin his image at Barcelona. So that's pretty sad. But yeah, I think Barcelona fans are really going to be happy with what's happening right now, and they have pretty good players. I mean, people are really hard on them. I think that they have young players such as Gavi, which is I think he's a really good player. So I think they're really capable of doing way better than what they're doing right now in terms of results and in terms of play.
I agree with that. And he's already done a little bit of business, apparently, getting in Dani Alves back again.
Yep.
Another legend back. And he's the most prestigious football winner of all in history, right? He's won the most.
Yep, I think so. Yeah.
So would you say that's a good buy? He's bringing in somebody he trusts. Dani Alves is still quite decent at doing the role that he does. Do you see him coming in and sort of lifting up the team that they've already got, seeing as he knows the club inside out?
I think so. I mean, it's a weird choice because he's pretty old right now. I don't know what's his level. Honestly, I haven't seen him play in a while, so I don't know if his level is still good. But I guess that if Xavi brings him in, he can bring something maybe more than football in terms of his enthusiasm, his ability to lead. I think it's really why Xavi is going to bring him in, because I don't know how many years he had left in terms of level. So I'm really curious to see that. And I don't know what his contract is. Actually, I don't know if his salary is very high or not, because knowing that Barcelona have difficulties in terms of finances. So I'm really curious to see his contract, and I'm really curious to see what he's going to bring in on the team. But Xavi I think he's a pretty smart guy. So if he brings him in, I think it's for way more than his level on the field.
Maybe he's on. I don't know if you know the story of Bobby Robson when he went into Barcelona and he wanted Jose Mourinho to be with him, and he said, "Look, please give him some of the money that you give me to be on board. Maybe Yogi's gone, look, give him some of my wages. Like we'll keep him down. He'll have a good wage, but give him some of my wages. Get him on board, because I can see him influencing the youth that we have at the moment. I mean, like you said, Barcelona got some great players, and De Jong is obviously he's been linked away actually at the moment, isn't he? But I think they'll want to keep him, won't they?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's actually really fitting Xavi's playstyle, I think so. I mean, De Jong and Xavi could only be happy together. I think in terms of football, they speak the same football, so I think it would be a great choice for them. And I actually saw that Xavi paid his own release clause,
Wow.
so that might explain that too in terms of choice. So
yeah. But I mean, actually, before I go on to the Aguero thing, because it's tragic news. Actually, such a prolific player, and
yeah.
I wish him all the best. We'll get onto it in a minute. I just want to read out a few comments here because I know Mondy's in the house and he loves these shows. Big up Talk, big up Noel Kane late. Yes, there was a problem with StreamYard. It was down. I think Chahine can count me for
True.
that. So we're back up and running now. So if you want to have a moan at anybody, thanks StreamYard for that. Big up Amondi in the house. Big up Matt. That was the longest intro of my life. No, it wasn't. We've shortened it down. You can't be saying that. We've shortened it down, and it's still the longest of your life. I think you're just trolling me, Anthony. Big up, Anthony. Hi, Renato.
Hi, my friend.
Explain that though, Chahine. Why you're called Renato?
Yes, it's a pretty complicated name on Twitter because I'm a fan of Lille and the LOSC, which we have Renato Sanchez, which is one of our best players, and I'm a big fan. And I'm also a big fan of the Chicago Bulls, and DeMar DeRozan is one of our best players. So you just mix in both of them, and you get Renato DeRozan.
Exactly, there you go. So it's Chahine, everybody, but you can call him Renato too because he does like you.
Yeah.
He's not going to take offense to it. I just want to say big up to San Marino. You dog. Yeah. Correct, Mundo. But they will be, won't they? You know, they're butchers, they're lawyers, they're bankers. They're not, you know, they got jobs. You know, some of them have been working today 8 till 5 after that game. So give them credit for at least stepping on the field and giving it a go. Rebel from the Man United agenda, big up yourself. See another howdy Renato there. Look, we should just call you Renato now.
Yeah, that's easier. It's easier than Chahine, I think.
I feel for Koeman. Surely he is a club ledge, which he is. They've even got a boot in the museum, haven't they? Where he scored the, I think, Cup Winners' Cup goal, and they've kept his boot ever since. I mean, he is Amondi. He is a legend there. But like with Man United, Amondi, you know, legends, they're not bigger than the club, are they? And so I think they sort of thought time to move him on and bring in a club legend, right, Chahine?
Yeah. And I'm actually, like I said, I'm actually sad for him because, or I don't know if sad is the good word, but I don't really understand his choice of leaving Netherlands to go to Barcelona, in that context, because he was doing a tremendous job in Netherlands. They were really playing great football, scoring many goals. So there was a really weird choice that didn't pay off, actually.
It was. And I think Van Gaal snuck in there again, isn't he? He's now the new manager of Holland.
It's Van Gaal?
I think it's Van Gaal, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
In the comments, prove me wrong, because we don't always get things right. Off the top of my head, I've got no posted notes around telling me things, so I'm pretty sure Van Gaal is back in the seat at the Dutch national team. What else we got here? Mita Monday, he's good coach and a good player too. He was a very good player. I actually had a Barcelona shirt from 1990, like the old school ones with him on the back. Him and Guardiola. Love Barcelona. I mean, they weren't my favorite team, but someone gave me that shirt. I was going to wear it. I love those players. Love these European shows. Thank you, Monday. Everybody, smash, subscribe, share, and like if you can. We don't know too much about it. I mean, Chahine does, but I'm just very interested in talking other leagues. And if you are too, please do share with us anything you do know. Solo from the Man United agenda as well. Big up, bro. Big up panels. Go check out the Man United agenda. I'm pretty sure they're on tonight. They're on every single night. My favorite Man United show there is in the universe. I'll say universe because you don't know if anybody else in the universe is actually doing one. And they probably are some aliens on Mars. On the subject of Kun, he is just one of a huge number of athletes, mainly males, either dying or having serious health issues in the last 2 years. Coincides with the vaccine. So, look, makes a good point there, Chahine. I mean, he was in a game. Was it Alaves they were playing? I think it might have been. I might be wrong about that actually completely. But he was in a game and he felt a problem with his heart, didn't he? He didn't collapse or anything, but people sort of told him you better get off the field. He was in hospital for the whole night, and it sort of reports are coming out saying that it might be the end of his career. What do you make of this, mate? Because he's been so good, hasn't he? He's been in La Liga before with Atletico Madrid. He's such a prolific player for Argentina, and his days at Man City, amazing. What do you make about this news, mate? It's saddening, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really sad. I'm actually a big fan of Sergio Aguero. I mean, he's one of the best strikers of my generation. So really sad to see him go like that. But at the same time, I think it shows that there's indeed a big subject about the health issues for male athletes. Like I think it's Omondi said that. We saw what happened to Ericsson in the last big competition. So that's really, really weird. Another weird thing is Aguero signed really recently in Barcelona, so I guess they should have been checking him in terms of health before he signs. So I don't understand how they couldn't see it if it's really a serious issue in terms of cardiac problems. So
do you, Chahine, though? Do you think it might have been a risk that they didn't do that because Messi left? They really needed people in. Oh, they were like, okay, he might have a bit of an issue. We'll get him in, and then we'll hopefully.
Which would actually be a scandal because if something really serious happened to him on the field, then
right,
he might be playing with his life too. So that's really, really weird. And maybe I also think that maybe COVID has an impact on all of that. The fact that they stopped playing for a long time and then started back with a big rhythm too. So maybe there's an impact with that too. I think we should be, really careful about that when we see what happened with Ericsson and now Aguero in such a short amount of time, which we really didn't see in the past. And there's been some cases, but in such a short amount of time, I don't know if it's really random or if there's an impact of what's been going on in the world in the past few years.
Do you think? I mean, you see. Daley Blind obviously had problems as well. Yep. He's playing back at Ajax again. Ericsson, is he playing for Inter Milan again? I haven't actually.
I don't think so. I don't think he's playing.
But he wants to. He's still trying to get back to fitness and trying to get back into the team. But I mean, whether that's a good idea or not, like I say, you see it with Daley Blind, and you kind of think, well, okay, like he seems to be okay. He's still playing every game, but. These might be the complications where you think everything's all right, and then suddenly what happened to Ericsson? You're fine, and then you're down, and then suddenly you people are pushing on your chest to try and start your heart again. No one wants to see that ever again. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that was really shocking.
It was horrible. So look, we hope Aguero makes a speedy recovery, and even if he has to give up football, it has been a pleasure to watch him. Even as a Man United fan, he's an amazing player, one of the top players in the Premier League, and I'm pretty sure La Liga would sort of say that as well with his days at Atletico Madrid. So in the Spanish league, stepping away from Barcelona, Chahine, who's impressed you so much? I know Real Sociedad are at the top of the table. Yeah. That's amazing. Basque Country doing very well. David Moyes probably looking at it going, I wish I'd have been there.
Yeah. Actually, nobody really impresses me in La Liga this year because I think the level is pretty, bad compared to the last few years. I've seen Sevilla actually because we played against Sevilla in the Champions League.
You won.
So yeah, we won in Sevilla and we drew at home in one of the worst games I've seen in a while because we were really bad and Sevilla was really bad too. So the game was really it really didn't look like a Champions League game. But Sevilla is still, was, second, I think, or third in the league, which right behind Real Sociedad. So I think the level is pretty bad this year compared to the last few years. But there's a good thing about that is that we can see teams like Real Sociedad, we can see teams like Sevilla really compete for the title this year. Even though I think Real Madrid is going to end up really taking, like we can say, I think Real Madrid is going to end up taking the lead because they have the best team, obviously. But I think the fact that the level is pretty bad compared to the last few years is going to allow us to see a league that's going to be really fought this year. So there's positives we can get to that too.
There is. I mean, looking at the league, it's completely. I mean, look at Barcelona, Chahine, 9th.
Yeah, that's so sad. It's so sad to see that.
When have they ever been that low down? In how many years? Probably not even in my lifetime. They've been 9th in the league. I'm so glad to see Athletic Bilbao there in 8th, but you need to go up a bit higher. Osasuna not doing too
is a
bad.
big surprise. Rayo Vallecano too is a big surprise.
Well, Rayo Vallecano, that's a very good surprise because they've got, I believe, an ex-Man United player, an ex-Monaco player in. Go on, tell me, Chahine. Falcao.
Oh yeah, Falcao was in Vallecano. Yeah, true, and he scored against Barcelona, I think.
Right, yeah. So he's doing all right. I mean, where did that come from? Him going to Rayo Vallecano? I never saw that happening at all.
I mean, he's really at the end of his career, so I'm not too surprised. But I'm still surprised that he didn't, go to China or something like that, or Qatar to go make money. He's still playing in a pretty good league, and Rayo Vallecano is a pretty good. I think it's in Madrid. It's in the suburbs of Madrid, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, big surprise. But what's really going bad too is Villarreal. Villarreal is 12th. They just won the Europa League, and they're not really doing good under Unai Emery. So that's surprising too. It's a really weird league in La Liga this year.
Yeah, they're not taking advantage of that, are they, Villarreal? I mean, they knew that Barcelona and Madrid are going to suffer this year. Real Madrid have not been doing too bad. They had a very shaky start, of course.
Yeah.
But they're picking it up now, and I think that Vinicius Junior, he looks amazing, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's been progressing, and it's really impressive because he was a pretty stupid player in the past. Didn't really give the ball when he had to. Always made the bad choices, but this year he's really doing good. Really doing good in terms of choices, in terms of scoring the goals. Because I remember Vinicius was able to dribble the whole team and to just miss the goal like wide open. And this year he's actually getting pretty effective. So yeah, big progression for him.
I guess it's weird for Real Madrid as well because he's an academy player, right?
I think they bring. He came from Brazil, but was what 4 years ago.
Right, so he's still kind of youth level, wasn't he? So in a sense, they kind of make that seem like this their academy player, but it's very rare to see that from Real Madrid, isn't it? They usually just
just take the best players available, and they're probably going to do it still with Mbappe or Lewandowski. One of those guys is going to go, I think, to Real Madrid.
You don't think Mbappe?
Oh yeah, Mbappe I think is number one choice because his contract is going to be up. So, and it's for me. If I was him, I would sign in Real Madrid because he needs to change a little bit to get a new challenge, and obviously going to Real Madrid, which is one of the biggest clubs in the world, is the next step for him after going to PSG, basically.
Eden Hazard, I mean, he's been a bit quiet, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's sad. That's really making me sad because he's, club legend Eden Hazard from Lille. So it's sad to see him struggle in Real Madrid, but I think he's just not a big competitor. I think that's his biggest problem. He gave it all in Chelsea, and now he's just resting and enjoying his life as a rich man. I think that's how his career is going. Unfortunately,
he leaves Chelsea to go to Real Madrid to win the Champions League, and then Chelsea win the Champions League.
Exactly.
The same thing with Sterling, isn't it? When he left Liverpool to go to Man City, hoping to win a Champions League, Liverpool win Champions League. It's
Yeah,
just like,
many players work like that. I mean, Zlatan Ibrahimovic has this curse too. Every time he left the club won the Champions League right after.
oh, apart from Man United.
It happened in Inter Milan. He left Inter Milan. Inter Milan won the Champions League. I think when he left Barcelona, Barcelona won the Champions League. But yeah, United didn't work out.
He won a European
The curse
trophy.
stopped.
He won a European trophy with us, but just not the right one.
Yeah, it's not the one we would be waiting him to win.
So we got at the bottom there, obviously another Madrid team, Getafe.
Yeah, that's sad too because I pretty much like this club, but yeah, this year's looks like they're gonna go to the second division.
Looks like it. I mean, they're like nearly double the points off of Elk.
Yeah,
And Granada are right on the brim there as well. Cadiz, a southern Spanish team. Hopefully they can stay in. I know my friend Bills will want them to do that.
yeah.
A surprise for me as well, Chahine, is Real Betis. They usually are mid-table, and they're in the European playoffs. And they have, I mean, their history is Europe, being in the UEFA Cup and sometimes Champions League. So it's nice to see them back where my eyes remember them when I was younger. Anyway,
Yeah, actually, I was rooting for them when they played against Sevilla in the derby recently because would have meant that Real Betis could get into the top four. But now there's a little bit of a gap that's creating with them obviously losing their two last games. So that's pretty much sad. I hope they can keep up the rhythm to just stay in the battle for the top four until the end because Real Betis has a tremendous atmosphere in the stadium. They also have Nabil Fekir, which is a player that spent many years in France in Lyon, which was he was really good too. So I really like this team, but looks like they're starting to drop points, and I hope they can keep it up to stay close to the other team of Sevilla to fight with them for the Champions League spots.
yeah, completely agree. Valencia as well, 10th. They should really be
Yeah.
taking advantage, shouldn't they? At the moment, I mean, they're a historical club, and they should be up there, really.
Yeah, Valencia has always been like they're good, and the year after they're bad, and the year after they're good. Usually been like that. So I'm not too surprised, but yeah, when you have teams like Barcelona or Real Madrid that had its shaky start, and Barcelona that's really not doing great, yeah, teams like Villarreal, like Valencia, like Sevilla, they should be taking advantage of that.
Yeah, completely.
Atletico Madrid too, but they won it last year, so you could argue that they're maybe getting a little bit tired. But it's really Real Sociedad and Sevilla that are taking advantage of it. But Real Madrid is gonna come back. I think Real Madrid is gonna take that first spot.
I think so. I think so. You're going to say then, if we just say that now, then Chahine, you think Madrid will probably win the league this season, even from
Yeah, I think so. Because Real Sociedad is not going to be able to I think to keep up the rhythm for the whole season. I actually saw them play against Monaco in the Europa League, and they weren't that impressive to me. That's why I'm really saying that La Liga really has a bad level compared to last year's because Real Sociedad struggled against Monaco, Sevilla struggled against us, and we are 12th in the French league, and we still managed to beat them. So yeah, the Liga is really weird this year.
It is. We will do another French league chat, Shaheen, but we'll wait until Lille push
themselves. Please. Thank you.
Give it a few months at least, and then we'll see.
I hope so. Yeah.
So, anything else you want to declare there on the La Liga, mate? Any bits of news or any players or anything you wanna push in there for us at all?
No, not really. I'm really waiting to see what Xavi is gonna do with Barcelona. Can't wait to see their next game just to see what players he choose. Does he go with really young players, or does he change a lot of things, or how he's gonna play? On the field. I'm really excited to see what Barcelona is gonna do in the next few games.
Same here. Same here indeed. I mean, look, I said with the wage cap that La Liga have given to specifically Barcelona and Madrid and maybe some other clubs, I think it's a good thing. I don't think the first season it will go down too well, but I think generally people will realise that the league's getting tighter and it's more competitive, which I think is what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring that Premier League feel into La Liga because I know Serie A are struggling as well. And this is, I guess, Chahine, why clubs like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Juventus still want to do the Super League. Do you think they're going to go ahead with that and try and drag all those teams that said no back into the mix?
I don't think so. You know why? Because the Champions League is going to change, and actually, the Champions League, the new way the Champions League is going to organize itself really looks like a Super League. To be honest, because if I remember well, I should go back and check it, but I think it's going to keep a lot of teams from the past years or something like that. Or there's more teams. I think it's something. Yeah, you have like 10 games in the first. Today you have 6 games, and tomorrow you're gonna have 10 games in the first phase before going to the knockout rounds. So I think the Champions League is gonna evolve to resemble a Super League, and that's how they're gonna make us eat the thing. But that's why when UEFA started to say no, the football must stay to the people, and the Super League is bad and all of that, I think they're pretty much lying, because they just want to have a Super League but under the UEFA organization. So they're going to make a hybrid between the Super League and what we have today in the Champions League, and that's how we're going to get rid of the Super League. I think that's what's going to happen, which is pretty sad.
Yeah, I don't like the new format of the Champions League.
No, that's bad.
An extra 4 games, and there's more games going on, and there's pots, and there's like playoffs, and I just don't get it. I don't like it. It doesn't look attractive to me. But look, I mean, it's not been played out, so let's see if it does work. But if it doesn't, I think they should just scrap it and go straight back to start. Before we get on to the Primeira Liga in Portugal, just a quick look over because we are going to finish up very soon. Everybody that's tuning in, smash, share, subscribe, and like. I'm very tongue-tied today. Sorry, Chahine.
Same here.
It's Tuesday. My mind's
I haven't been speaking English in a while, so
you're doing better than me.
Nah, I don't think so. But thank you.
Are you sure? What have we got here? Took training from a golf buggy the other day. Are you talking about Gareth Bale? He definitely loves doing that. David Ginola will be showing his ball skills in this year's jungle. Is he in the jungle? Okay. Barcelona are after Lacazette in January, according to reports. Interesting. You think that'd be a good buy, Chahine?
I don't know how they're gonna pay him, but it's yeah. I mean, it could work out. I mean, if you lose Aguero, you need somebody to take his place, and I think Lacazette pretty much has not the level of the great Aguero, but he has I think the same play style. So why not? But I don't know where Barcelona is going to get its money, basically, because we keep hearing everywhere that they don't have any money. So I don't know how they're going to buy players in January.
They're going to have to sell off their youth, I think, mate.
Yeah, maybe. Which I wouldn't do personally. I would just put everything on my youth players and try to build something with Xavi.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Okay, let's look quickly then to finish off at the Portuguese league. What are you making of this league at the moment, mate? I'm not been watching too much, to be completely honest with you, but I do like the Portuguese league, and I love Sporting Lisbon, who are on joint points with FC Porto there at the top, and Benfica slowly behind on 28. Actually looks like an interesting top 3 there this year, mate. What do you think?
Yep, finally, because usually we always we get 2 teams that fight for the title, and one of the 3 big teams have a bad season. I think last year Benfica was a little bit struggling. But the fact that we have the three big teams that are going to fight until the end for the title is it's really good, I think, for the league. I actually like Sporting Lisbon too. They have a young coach. Pretty sad that they're not doing that great in the Champions League, even though they just starting to come back in the competition. So it's pretty much it's logical that they're pretty much struggling in this competition. But they won against Besiktas, so they're probably going to stay in the Europa League. So and they're actually they still can, I think, finish second if they manage to beat Dortmund, which I think won't happen, but you never know.
You never know.
Yeah, and but we still have this problem in Portugal, which we have three teams basically, and all the other teams, nobody really watching what they're doing.
Yeah, I see Belenenses as well. They're another team from Lisbon that are down there in 16th, hopefully not getting relegated.
Yeah.
Boavista in 11th. They're usually someone that's in the Europa League, aren't they? Quite a good team.
Yeah, I know this team. Why? Because our former president, Gerard Lopez, is also president of Boavista, or
Ah,
he's a majority owner. So he basically he basically did a lot of players from Lille were loaned out to Boavista. So I started to watch the games. For example, Angel Gomez, which is from Manchester United, he was loaned out to Boavista last year. But I think they have a lot of financial problems, like we have because of João Lopez. So yeah, we have some things in common with Boavista.
that's pretty good, right? So he's still the owner of Lille?
No, he's been booted out by by the people that because we owe money to banks, and Gerard Lopez wasn't able to get this money back, so they basically got him out, and they took someone else to take charge. So that's an interesting subject. We could talk about it next time if we talk about Ligue 1. But Gerard Lopez is it's very interesting because with him we were able to bring in big players and to win titles, to win the Liga, to go back to Champions League. So if you just look at sports, it's amazing. But he basically did all of that with money that isn't his and that isn't the club's money, because he pretty
Hear
much
that?
borrowed everything. Like if you borrow money to buy a great car and to it's pretty much the same system. So you don't know if you should be happy or you should be sad, because you won titles, you were happy, but at the same time the club is in a bad situation in terms of finances. And I think he made personally a lot of money over Lille's back. So that's a big subject, Gerard Lopez.
So look, the top two teams, Chahine, just to finish it off, they've won their last 5 games in a row. I mean, that's pretty impressive. They look like they're both on form at the moment. Hopefully, they're both playing each other next. I don't think they are.
I don't know when they're playing each other, but every time Porto against Sporting Lisbon or Benfica against Sporting Lisbon or Benfica against Porto is always big games. So I usually watch them. That's the only games I watch in the in the Portugal league, actually. But I hope they're actually playing each other at the end of the schedule, so that they can fight like in sorts of final to get the title, like they did. I don't know how many years ago, but I think FC Porto won at the last minute against Benfica the title one time at home. So I remember that the stadium completely exploded when Porto scored. So I hope we get the same type of scenario this year.
Who do you think then, Chahine, just to finish it off, last question, who do you think's going to win this year's league in Portugal?
I'll go with the FC Porto because Sporting Lisbon and Benfica, I think, they're going to be in Europe for a while. FC Porto, they have the same coach, Conceição, which is a really great coach. I see that Benfica is starting to drop points, so maybe they're going to pay it at the end. So if we just look at FC Porto and Sporting Lisbon, I think FC Porto he's more used to play Europe plus the league, while Sporting Lisbon are just getting back into Europe. So I'd see Sporting Lisbon starting to draw points and FC Porto going to win it at the end, but it's really early, so I wouldn't put my money on it, but yeah, I'd say FC Porto wins it at the end.
Do you think I'm going to say Lisbon win it? Do you think Ronaldo will go back to Lisbon at some point? Do you think that's somewhere where he would want to be? Just thinking of that, because obviously he's returned to Man United. He calls that the home, but I guess also in his heart, Sporting Lisbon's there too, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it depends because I think there's two possibilities. It's either three possibilities. It's either he stops he ends his career in Manchester United. Second option, he goes to Sporting Lisbon. Indeed, the great story and the beautiful story, which I don't think Sporting Lisbon is going to have the money to pay his salary, but he would have to take a big pay cut to play for Sporting Lisbon. So it really would be for the love of the game and for the media in Portugal. And the third option, which would be, I think, the less romantic one, but the most realistic one, is him going to the United States, because I think he said that, or people have been saying that around him, that he wants to go over there to be a star in movies and in marketing and all of that. So ending his career in MLS would be possible soon, I think.
Yeah, you know what? I completely agree. I think MLS. I think Inter Miami maybe.
Yeah, with Beckham, exactly. That's what I was thinking about.
I think him and Messi together at Inter Miami. I think that's the plan. I don't know how
Either they're going together, or they're gonna
play
each of them
against.
is gonna play against each other. One in Miami, the other one in Los Angeles, for example. Just play against each other. It would be great for the MLS.
I think Beckham will be greedy, Chahine. I think he'll get both. I think he will.
That would be crazy. I think everybody would start watching the MLS, which really doesn't. Yeah, I would too. Nobody's watching it right now, but I think if you get both Ronaldo and Messi in the same team, everybody's gonna watch it.
I think so. That could have happened at PSG this year, couldn't it? So it was quite close, wasn't it? It could have happened. I mean, they could have afforded him, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I think financial fair play isn't working anymore, so it's just they can just pay anybody anytime now.
That's it. We're going to finish up. Everybody, if you're tuning in, smash subscribe, share, and like if you can. It means so much. And we're just going to shout out one more comment. Porto are second in Champions League group with 5 points, but they're not doing that great, to be honest. Completely agree. I think they might be able to get through that, though. Maybe, Chahine, their group.
Yeah, maybe. And what I was saying about the league is that they're pretty much used to play Europe and the league at the same time, while Sporting Lisbon is really getting back into the European level. So that's why I would really see Porto doing better in the league. But I don't know who they're playing next in the Champions League. Just gonna check that real quick.
The group of death, isn't it? So it's going to be someone that's going to be a hard challenge.
Yeah, they're still playing Liverpool and Atletico Madrid, so it's going to be hard for them to get out of that group.
Yeah, definitely. Chahine, thank you so much for joining us once again.
Thank you, my friends. Anytime.
Mate, yeah, we'll be back on, I think, in a couple of weeks talking Serie A. I don't know, that's Matthew's. I know Matthew's from France, but he supports Inter Milan and he loves Serie A.
Yeah.
So he'll definitely be on for that. I'm not sure what happened with him today, but Matthew, if you have watched, get back at me, mate. We'll see you next week for Serie A or the week after. But Chahine, let's let everybody know where they can find you, mate. Where can they find you?
On Twitter, basically at Renato De Rosan. So you just like you see it right there. Go follow me. I talk about football, I talk about basketball, and I really talk with passion about Lille and my home team.
Hopefully, I can come out and watch a game with you.
Yeah,
Chahine.
anytime. Just tell me, and we'll arrange that.
Yes, my first ever French League game. That would be so cool. And Lille, I've adopted Lille, by the way, Chahine. So
Yes, good choice. Very good choice.
I was always
This
like,
year it's a little bit complicated, but
that's all right.
we're still we still can. It's still early in the season. We can go back in the European places.
I'm not really a glory hunter. If Lille don't win anything for 20 years, it's fine. I'll stick by. I stick to my guns. Once I pick, that's it, mate. Actually, Chahine,
Perfect.
didn't ask you actually before we go. Who's your preferred team in La Liga and Portugal? You said
I don't
Benfica,
really
didn't you?
have a preferred team because I just stick with Lille. I don't really have preferred teams abroad, but I think Barcelona, obviously, growing up with Guardiola is really really massive. But I'm not really a big. I'm not a Barcelona fan, but I pretty much like this club. And in Portugal, it's pretty hard to make a decision because I actually visited both museums for Sporting Lisbon and Benfica, and both of them were pretty amazing. So I can't make a choice.
They're practically right across the road from each other, aren't they? They're
Yeah, I think it's 15 minutes by car between the two stadiums.
I remember I went to see Sporting Lisbon. It was the first ever 11:30 a.m. kickoff.
Wow.
It was an amazing experience. They lost 3-1 to Belenense, but
Wow.
yeah,
Too early for them.
it was too early for them. I think they weren't awake, mate. But Belenense definitely were. That's it. We're finishing up. Everybody, go check out Chahine at Renato De Rosa and on Twitter, and check us out as well on Twitter, Instagram, and here. All the same. Football United TV. Subscribe, share, like. We will see you tomorrow for our first edition of our Champions League show, hosted by Maisie. So please tune into that tomorrow at 7 p.m. We'll be talking all things Champions League. Until then, have a pleasant rest of your Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of the internationals because they're nearly over, Chahine.
Yeah. Finally.
Finally. And everybody, take care. See you soon.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.